Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and I'm on a mission to spread peace, love, and positivity through music. Today I'll be reacting to Self-Help by Scheff. And this is the very first time I'm hearing Aaron. I don't really know anything about Aaron other than the fact that he is an independent artist who is also concerned about mental health. And, mental health is a topic that I've spoken about semi-frequently on this channel. It comes up every so often depending on the reaction or my own state of mind, because it is such an important thing. And I think in the modern day, in the present day, 2025, people do talk about mental health a lot more, but I don't think it gets the substantive scrutiny and conversation that I think it deserves as often as maybe I would prefer. So, I really enjoy this topic and getting to analyze myself through the perspectives that others have, and maybe we'll learn something along the way. But in any case, I'm excited to check this one out. A big thank you to Kev, whose generous support and request made this reaction possible. And now, let's jump in.
Yeah, man, I think I know how you feel. You can barely pay the rent and you've been skipping meals. You've been talking with the devil cause he's been your only friend and he'll manipulate you just to make a deal. You can't even close.
Oh my god, I'm getting immediately NF vibes.
Yeah, man, I think I know how you feel. You can barely pay the rent and you've been skipping meals. You've been talking with the devil cause he's been your only friend and he'll manipulate you just to make a deal. You can't even close your eyes to get some sleep at night, and lately life has got you looking in the past. Even when you try to focus only on the love and memories, you just remember that they're never gonna last. I feel sick, building up my...
Wow, there's so much packed into that already. I don't know if I'll deep dive onto every single lyric here, but already there's this idea of feeling hopeless, like clinging on to the past is almost useless as well, because the good things that were there aren't actually there because there's always a negativity bias to focus on.
Focus only on the love and memories, you just remember that they're never gonna last. I feel sick, building up my walls, reinforced with hella bricks. Prescription bottles lying on the floor but nothing's fixed. I used to be on one and now I'm taking nearly 6. Now my knuckles turning white and I can barely get a grip. And I don't feel like home and my body is rotting, felt it ever since I was a kid. I can still remember when the tears were welling up in my mama's eyes, and then she started asking about the cuts on my wrist. 40 hours of tattoos to cover up.
Gosh, I've been blessed enough in my own life to never have gone down any, self-harm paths. I just hope that if you ever feel that way, or people in your life who are feeling that way, being there for them, showing them that support, that kindness, that just unwavering, unconditional love, it's important for yourself and the others around you. And if you are doing that to yourself, seeking help, or at least letting others know what's going on, it's important.
They'd ask about the cuts on my wrist. 40 hours of tattoos to cover up the trauma. It was more than a bad mood. When people see me now, they'd be like, Aaron, is that you? Middle fingers in the air, I plant my feet like a statue. I don't wanna be that dude. You became a ghost and now you're in my DMs. I got a lot of connections, but I don't have any friends. I made it over here, now I'm begging for help. Now I'm wondering, I'm wondering, are you someone I can talk to? Don't be afraid. Are you someone I can talk to? Isn't anybody listening? Whoa. I can't read another self-help book because every
I don't know. I don't think I was expecting the punchline, the main line in the chorus there to be, are you somebody that I can talk to? And that is such an earnest question. Are you somebody that I can talk to? Because immediately before the chorus, Aaron's rapping about, man, these people ghosted me in the past and now they want to show up back in my life. They weren't actually friends to me. They maintained their connection for some advantage potentially in the future when they saw it, but they didn't care about me when I was at my lowest. Are you someone that I can talk to? And talk to isn't just talk to, it's trust, confide in, seek strength from, seek refuge in. Are you somebody that I can talk to? Man, that is... wow. There's so many things there.
I can talk to. Isn't anybody listening? Whoa. I can't read another
It's so
self-help book,
aware.
cause every page is gonna tell me why I suck. You just need to eat less, breathe more, depressed, reborn, feeling like I'm running out of luck. I wish there was a pill that hurts the least and helps the most. I wash it down with the fear I'm gonna choke. And I'm fed up with these greedy companies and big pharma and insurance in this country is a joke. Yeah. It's difficult to find the happiness within yourself, but impossible to find it somewhere else. And I heard it said you never.
You know, it's interesting about like the self-help kind of rabbit hole you can get stuck down, because technically there's always something to improve, right? You could infinitely regress your way into a life that is just only about improvement for its own sake, rather than understanding what it's actually meant to do, which is make you a more full, well-rounded person. And, you know, this is coming from my own experience of going down self-help. If you spend infinite amount of hours learning about all these things, yes, it is shifting the responsibility and accountability to you, but at the same time, you almost become too detail-oriented, and that's almost too much pressure that one puts on themselves. And the self-help books, it's like, man, you understand that the self-help isn't meant to add more pressure. They neglect this component of homeostasis, of finding peace. So that is like just an interesting thread right there. And then as it relates to, you know, like prescription drugs and people finding ways to then cope with themselves, I don't know, one of the best things that I kind of understand is being able to accept oneself has to be the first step in making improvements, if you want to call them that, or making changes in your life. It feels like a more clear-cut root of the issue.
This country is a joke, yeah. It's difficult to find the happiness within yourself, but impossible to find it somewhere else. And I heard it said you never get the credit for the shit that you avoided. Push it down and leave your ego on a shelf. And I swear to God that every single time I try avoiding depression, it finds a way to leak out of me anyway. And if chaos is a work of art, my heart is a masterpiece. The pain is suffering.
You know, I like that he said he avoids the depression, but it leaks out of him anyways. So avoiding it is avoiding that part of you, and it leaks out anyways. He can't help it. And, you know, in my own way, I've felt like anytime that I've kind of stifled myself, my personality, my thoughts, my feelings, it's always leaked out one way or the other. It's an impossible task to contain the craziness that is our mind at times. But the point is, it is our minds, and avoiding it isn't something that we can just avoid, like, you know, a bully at school, right? That's an external problem. We know where it is, and it's compartmentalized. At school, I don't want to go to school. When it's in your mind, avoiding it is an impossible task, because you are always with yourself, unless you choose like distraction methods, right?
Leak out of me anyway. And if chaos is a work of art, my heart is a masterpiece. The pain and suffering is on replay. I can't afford all the therapy, and the shit is embarrassing. My perception always looking for a threat. I'm praying for a moment of patience within a moment of anger to save myself 1,000 moments of regret. And I don't want to lose hope. Choose home. You've been telling me that you know. You don't. I had a dream I couldn't breathe. I look around, the dark was all I could see. And then I saw my body hanging from the end of a rope. Are you someone I can talk to? Don't be afraid. Are you someone I can talk to? Isn't anybody listening? Whoa, I just need someone. I believe in love.
God, there was a line earlier now. I was just contemplating it. Let me go back and listen again.
Breathe, I look around, the dark was all I could see. And then I saw my body hanging from the end of a rope.
That was before this.
Choose home, you've been telling me that you know. You don't. I had a dream I couldn't breathe. I look around, the dark was all I could see. And then I saw my body hanging from the end of a.
Where was it?
The pain and suffering is on replay. I can't afford all the therapy, and the shit is embarrassing. My perception always looking for a threat. I'm praying for a moment of patience within a moment of anger to save myself 1,000 moments of regret. And I don't want to lose hope. Choose home, you've been telling me that you know. You don't. I had a dream I couldn't breathe. I look around, the dark was all I could see. And then I saw my body hanging from the end of a rope. Are you someone
I don't know.
I can talk to? Don't be afraid. Are you someone I can talk to? Isn't anybody listening? Whoa, I just need someone. I believe in love. Will you lift me up? All I do is run. I just need someone. I believe in need someone. Will you lift me up? Are you someone, someone I can talk to? Don't be afraid. Are you someone, someone I can talk to? Isn't anybody listening? Whoa.
Oof. There you have it. Self-Help by Aaron Scheff. You know, if I if I like shared everything that's on my mind, we could be here for several more hours. I'll do my best to contain the conversation around this song here. The line again, somebody I can talk to. Are you someone I can talk to? You know, some other perspective you could consider when looking at that phrase is, I can trust you, but are you actually the person capable of listening to what I have to share and say? Because oftentimes, you know, there's, okay, how do I distill this in a way that makes sense? A conversation requires two people. We'll build this up from the ground floor, guys. A conversation requires two people. One has to be listening, and technically both people have to be listening. But if one person is sharing news, the other person certainly must be listening. And if the other person is doing a poor job at listening, it almost kind of reinforces the same issues that are being brought up by the person who is sharing their sad news. They don't feel heard, they feel abandoned, they feel scared, they feel depressed. All of these things are like the perfect problem to bring to somebody that can't handle them, right? It'll just exaggerate that problem even more because they're not listening and they're not giving you that care that you need. And I've definitely experienced that myself, where I bring my problems to somebody who doesn't care or doesn't know how to handle those issues. And I can't strictly place blame on them, but it doesn't make me feel good either, because I thought I could be supported in this moment and, you know, I was let down. My expectations were subverted for the worse, and now I'm probably deeper off into my negative spiral. So that's why I do see the importance, and that's why I've always still clung on to self-help and self-reliance, because you do need to move your own needle in some respect, right? There is an element of willpower. There is an element of behavioral change. You're not going to be able to handle it on the backs of everybody else, because only at the end of the day, you truly know yourself. You as an individual have to do a lot more of the, let's say, work, proportionally speaking. You know, your family, your friends, your loving community, they will be there to help you and guide you in the ways that they can, but it's not going to be a perfect match, even though you feel like they should be the perfect match for you to help you. That's kind of my perspective. You know, a lot of that shadow work, it kind of has to be done in the shadows. And a random kind of analogy that comes to my mind is when you are like working on difficult problems, you're, you know, by yourself, the times that you're able to actually persevere and push through those problems are the times where you are in that dark by yourself and you pushed through. Now, when it comes to like behavioral change and like over time completely correcting your thought patterns, you don't want to strictly rely on willpower moment to moment, because if you had to constantly stave off the negative bias that we feel, the depression, the episodes, right, that would feel hopeless, that could feel exhausting, and you need that strength from others around you. So yeah, don't get it twisted. You need yourself and you need a loving community. Both pillars are critical there. So that's why like the title here, self-help, it almost like shifts the focus to the self, but then in the chorus we have, are you somebody I can talk to? Can I rely on you? And let's not get it twisted either. It takes a lot of courage and strength and bravery to come out about your like mental health problems and issues to somebody else. I found that is one of the hardest things I've ever done, is share the things that go on in my own mind with people that I love and care about. because it feels like, man, I didn't tell you about this sooner, and now I'm lying to you, and now I feel guilty because the way that I'm treating you is a consequence of this thing that I kept from you to shield you from me, and also to shield myself from the embarrassment or the shame of sharing. God, it could go on, and getting out of the spiral is the most important thing, because, if you took the other side of that coin, positivity breeds positivity, success breeds success, whereas negative actions or behaviors, they will continue to breed those negative things. Yeah, this is an important one. Thank you, Kev, for sharing this with us today. I hope you all enjoyed the reaction. Subscribe if you did, and if you'd like to request one yourself, hit the link down below. And as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. Peace.